feel bad about notes. He made me feel bad about notes. I first met Steve Hatfield October 7, 1942. My hometown of Mount Union played Bellwood Annis at Bellwood. In case anyone in the audience isn't familiar with Mount Union, it's a small borough 50 miles east of here, where things are so damn slow the Juniata River only runs twice a week. We were 3 hours late getting to Bellwood that October day because of a train delay. That was fine with me because I wasn't too eager to be slaughtered. The Mount Union Trojans were on a losing streak. We were so badly beaten in games before Bellwood, there was an attrition of the squad that reached alarming proportions. The coach had to suit up 3 freshmen to reach the number 24, which the school had reserved on the train. I was one of those freshmen. I was about 5'10" in height and weighed about 135 pounds. Over a period of 64 years, I've always been at the wrong place at the wrong time. I was born a few years before the Great Depression. Mother and Dad had 7 children, and we had to fight for food at every meal because we all had this gnawing feeling that it might be the last supper. And I had to be a freshman in high school when Steve Hatfield was playing football for Bellwood. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time in the middle of the 4th quarter at Bellwood. As a result, Steve Hatfield ran over me. I didn't meet Steve again until 1948, but I still remembered his running over me in 1942. I entered Shippensburg State Teachers College in the fall of that year. This meeting found me with much more confidence than I had in 1942. I was just out of the United States Navy, 20 years of age, 5'11" in height, and weighed 190 pounds. I had rationalized that the reason Steve had run over me in 1942 had to do with my youth and weight. In the first inter-squad scrimmage at Shippensburg, I was playing a defensive end. The offense ran a play my way with Steve carrying the ball. Damn, he ran over me again. It was at this juncture in my life that it dawned on me that Steve's constantly running over me had nothing to do with my height or weight. Instead, it had a hell of a lot to do with his athletic ability. I wasn't the only person that Steve ran over. I remember a game against Indiana State Teachers College in 1949. The Indians came into Shippensburg with a tangerine bowl in their hands if they could beat the Raiders. One of the coaches at Indiana was Pet McKnight. He had been a coach at Hershey High School before going to Indiana, and he took a young athlete from Hershey with him. The boy's name was Spinagle. His brother received All-American mention as an end at Pennsylvania during this same period. Spinagle hit Steve head-on during the game, and they carried him to the sidelines. The young man was writhing with pain, and all the while Coach McKnight was standing over him saying, "We warn you all damn week not to hit that man head-on." The impact of the collision left Spinagle with a broken shoulder. Steve Hatfield is the greatest athlete I ever played with or against. One only has to look at his exploits to see the immense athletic ability this man possessed. I often think about what would have happened had Steve been able to compete in a decathlon. His track results are all chronicled. Try to imagine an athlete weighing 185 pounds in high school and setting a state record of 12.4 in the pole vault in 1943 using a bamboo pole, and what he could do with the fiberglass poles of today. Competing in 3 college championships, he won 4 individual titles, finished second in 2 others, and third in another. He also set a college record in the pole vault with a leap of 12.8. This is all the more amazing when you consider his 225 pounds. Such was the athletic ability of the man you honor tonight. Age gives us memories, so we can have roses in the September of our years. Blair County honoring Steve Hatfield into their Hall of Fame tonight has to be a bunch of roses to Steve in his 68th year on planet Earth. I'm pleased to present to you for induction Mr. Steve Hatfield.